This is just a simple demonstration to show you how you cut your fabric panels when you're making up curtains involving half widths. It's very easy to make the mistake of making up two right hand panels or two left hand panels, or if you're making a door curtain that's just a single curtain that involves a half width, you could end up having your half width on the wrong side, and as we know, you always have the half width on the outside edge of the curtain panel. This represents my face fabric and this my lining fabric. I've overlocked the outside edges of both of them, and this will represent the selvage edges. And in this example, we're going to be making a single curtain that involves 1.5 widths and will pull to the left once it's made up. I've got my face fabric and my lining fabric right sides facing up, and you cut your first length of face fabric, and this length is going to be kept as an entire width. And what I'm going to do at this point is put a pin in the bottom of the right side along with a little tag that's showing it's the right side, RS for right side. My second width, once I've cut it, is going to be split in half. So it's important that I mark the bottom of the right side on each half. So again, I'll take two little tags with my right sides written on them and pin them, one on each side. Once I've done this, I can fold the fabric in half, like that, and then cut along the fold. That's along the length. Once we've done that, you do exactly the same with the lining. So now we've got our two complete panels and our two panels which have been split in half. I'm going to be making a left-hand curtain that pulls to the left. Now we know that we always join our fabrics selvage to selvage and right sides together. So if I take this panel here and I match my right sides together and my selvages together, that is going to create, once they join together, a curtain that's going to pull to the left. If I try to put it along this side, you can see it's not going to work because I've got a raw edge. Even though my right sides are together, I've got a raw edge here in line with the selvage. So that can only go on that side. And that's exactly the same with this panel here. If I put my right sides together and the bottoms together, this panel cannot sit here because I've got a raw edge in line with the selvage. This panel would have to sit on this side with the right sides together. It will be stitched along here and it will open up to create a right hand curtain. So for my left hand curtain, I'm going to be needing the right hand panel. So I've joined these two panels together and I've pressed open the seam. And then when you turn it so the right sides are facing up, you can clearly see that the half width is on the left hand side. So if we were to do exactly the same thing with our linings, that's taking the right hand panel here and joining it right side to right side, selvages together with the lining panel. I'm just going to pin this quickly in place to show you, rather than stitch it. When we open this up, you can see that we have created a curtain with a panel on the left hand side, which is perfect for the face fabric, but not for the lining, because we need to turn the lining over so that the seam is hidden and lay our face fabric on top. And that way the right side of the lining is facing the window. But when we lift the face fabric up, you can see that the half width is on the wrong side. So we need to reverse this process that we've done with the face fabric with the lining. So we won't take the right hand panel and match it up with the left hand side. We will be taking the left hand panel and matching it up with the right hand side. Again, right side to right side, selvages matching. So I've joined that panel right side to right side, selvages in line and the bottoms in line. And then when we open that out, you can see in fact that they're mirror images of each other. But that's perfect because when I turn this over, I then have the left hand panel on the left side, and that matches perfectly with my face fabric when I lay it on top. So as you can see quite clearly from this, with the lining, when you've got the wrong sides facing up, you've got the half width on the left hand side, and with the face fabric, with the right sides facing up, you've got the half width on the left hand side. So you're more likely to have a problem with this if you're making a single curtain, because if you're making a pair involving a half width, if you stick to the simple rules of always putting a pin in the bottom of your right side, and you always join your fabric panels selvage to selvage, right side to right side, with the bottoms in line with each other, you'll always end up with two panels of fabric, of face fabric, that complement the two panels of lining fabric. So if you're making a single curtain that's either going to pull to the left or the right, when you make up your lining panel and your face fabric panel, it just requires a little bit more thought to make sure that you get your half width in the correct place on your lining and on your face fabric.